Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for a max effort lower day, but a quick reminder for those of you who watch these videos, please remember to click like down below, be greatly appreciated. Alright, wasn't super happy with the squatting today. I wanted to test my squat because I'm about to, in the very near future, get back up on the platform. I've been cutting, and at least the plus side is I won't have to do a water cut to make the 220, but I'm going to have to refeed real hard after the weigh-in. Because this, quite frankly, this lift was just unacceptable. I was able to analyze it though and look at it before I did my assistance work. But right here I was good, like the 465 went up nice and clean, so I jumped to a quick 500. So I'm like, I just want to grab 500 at next meet. And you know, I mean, I've done over 500 with other bars recently, like the Buffalo bar, I did 502. So I was a little disappointed in this. But when I looked at it and I looked at the exact frame where I missed, it's an unusual spot to miss. It's a lockout miss. I came out of the hole really fast when I looked at the frame rates on it. So really it's hip extension, it's fatigue from the dieting. It's the fact I haven't been doing good mornings. And I saw the difference when I went to, mess with some good mornings after this, because look where I missed. That wasn't a few inches above parallel. That was 10 inches above parallel. That was halfway up. Okay, I couldn't follow through with enough hip extension and keep the back fully stable where I wanted it. So I'm like, well, I need to work on good mornings again. I need to quit pussyfooting around about it. I need to just get real strong at these again. And I did some fives just to get an idea. And, it felt close to a 5-rep max. Not this one, but the next one, because I did 355 and I did 365 right here. Or is it even 365? Actually, I think it's only 360. Okay, 360 pounds for 5. All right, my good mornings have regressed. And when my good mornings regress, my squat goes down. When my good mornings are strong, my squats are strong. And what is it that Louis Simmons always says? Okay, what does Louis Simmons say? If your good morning is as strong as your max squat, you will never miss a squat lockout. He's right. Because remember when I had my good morning to 555, I came in and hit, kind of granted it was a high squat. Had gotten to like 605 on that cambered bar. Okay. And that wasn't because of my quads. My quads weren't any bigger than they are now. What was the difference? My hip extension, my back. So that's where the work needs to go. And in fact, I'm not even liking these days. I'm messing with the belt squat. I had been quite a bit. And, the only thing I notice, I get nothing but inflammation in my patellar tendons, and it's like even my box squats and stuff hit my quads so hard right now that I'm just like, I don't know that I need this stuff. Once I get a couple of weeks from now, once I get another meet out of the way, I'm going to start pushing my sled hard again. I just was pushing it around a few weeks ago and backed off. That handles my quad work. In addition to my box squatting, I don't have to do tons of quads. My quads are big always. I need that hip extension a lot stronger. I need it stronger. I've got to push the good mornings up. And I know this, but I don't like doing them because they're uncomfortable. They're not fun. Heavy good mornings are not fun. People will do them light, like they're not that bad. I'm like, all right, I consider 360 for 5 to be weak. Okay? So what does that tell you? I have to move a lot of weight on those. And it's not comfortable. It's not fun. But I've got to get out of my comfort zone. And I've got to just suck it up and do it. So also in keeping what I said I was going to do, I went ahead and did some lat work today. I feel like some lat work needs to be in all of my days, and then I don't have to do as much of it at once. I can just get 3 quality sets in between other stuff so it doesn't slow my workout down, because then I don't need breaks. In other words, if I did a good morning and then I do pull-ups, my hamstrings are fully recovered so I can jump immediately into the glute ham raises without a break, no problem. All right, I can do it 30 seconds later. Just move the camera over, strap the band on, and go. So I like doing it that way. And again, the volumes here are overall moderate. This is what you're going to see from me for a while. If you see any extra real heavy volume, it's just going to be the posterior chain stuff. It's going to be triceps. But, that's kind of what I need to do. And I need to keep cutting. I've got to get leaner. I know people are like, if your strength is suffering right now and you're cutting, it's like, well, it doesn't matter that it's going to suffer for a bit. I have to get leaner. It's in my best interest. it will be so much easier to make lean gains going into classes, letting me bulk into the 220, clean bulk into the 220 instead of having to water cut because I'm still too fat. And I have to do the 220, guys. I'm too tall to get away with the 198. So this is what we have to do. We've got to just stick it out. And I don't mind cutting. And I've had some people try to say, oh, we've never seen you under 2. Really, I've been 190 on this channel 2 different times. I don't know where people get these ideas. You guys have seen me as heavy as 250, and you've seen me as light as 190 since I've been on YouTube. I've been making videos, okay? And I don't think people realize that. They don't realize that. And that's okay, because I'm not sitting here weighing myself and showing you guys my weight. But yeah, I've been 250 more than once, and I've been at 190 more than once. And I've been 250 and then dropped as far down as 190 later while being on YouTube. You guys just haven't seen me really lighter than about 210 to 215 in a few years as far as walk around weight. And I probably don't need to be lighter than that for walk around weight, honestly. And I think that's about where I'm going to go down to, is about 210. I think it's the direction I need to go. So the reverse hypers, after doing the banded glute ham raises, I'm keeping these just with this weight for now. I'm trying to just focus on getting a longer range of motion if I can and controlling the weight rather than trying to just stack weight on these. I don't know that it's a good idea for me to just stack weight. All right, I need to be trying to squeeze at the top a little bit, get that last bit of extension. I need to control the eccentrics, which is what I'm doing. I'm not letting it come very far forward, so I'm controlling the swing. And I think I want to do this for a while. Okay, I can push progression in the good mornings, keep these here as to, again, build off of the back of the good morning as far as building posterior chain and low back, and use them really for the recovery effect, the traction effect, and all of that. And, you know, then if this isn't working, I can push them back up really heavy again. But I was doing these a lot stricter and with more control and stuff back the first time I was hitting 600 deadlifts. So I've done it a few different ways, and I like all of them. It's just that I don't think that there's that much benefit for me trying to swing on it. I don't think I get anything out of it additionally, because really it's that eccentric at the bottom, that pull at the bottom, that really does most of what I want from it. But I feel like I'm losing some of the top. And if we think about what's going on with the hip extension, where's my weakest link in the deadlift? Just below the knee. Where did I just miss that squat? Start looking at the angles. I really need that hip extension to be a little stronger, closer to the top of that swing. All right, and then I finished up with one set of abs, and I'm going to try to always do some abs on the lower days, and I might even do some abs on the upper days every now and then. I need to be doing more ab work. Again, we could argue that, again, was my core getting weak because I haven't been doing enough ab work lately, possibly. And if I lose body fat, I'm going to lose trunk size. So adding some muscle wouldn't be a bad idea to just my abs and obliques. So I'll mess around with my standing stuff again. I'll mess around with the hanging leg raises. Those are really kind of what I prescribe, what I recommend to people. Hanging leg raise is my favorite, but I do like standing work with cables or bands, and I do prescribe that as well to clients. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.